Last but not least, welcome back. I'm Narrative Tarot. I'm here to do my deck kind of purchases. So this is the third one. This is the Insight Tarot. I don't think anybody has. I don't see anybody with this deck, but it's Stanislav Rechetnikov. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So yeah, it's like this. It's a huge book. You know what this reminds me of? And I'm just like thinking about this. Even it's a Russian name, but you know like Anastasia, the Fox movie, with Meg Ryan. She voiced Anastasia. Yeah, it just reminds me of the theatrical trailer because it's like there's like a door and she's like running through it or something like that, and it has Anastasia. And yeah, so yeah. Um, First impressions, this box is like shit. So this is what it looks like. I took this part out. It's just it isn't a good box. In terms of this part, this little middle part, the rest of it's pretty nice. It was $34.99, which is like, man, getting robbed here. This is the deck, and then this is the side of it. So it has gilding. You know, bitches love their gilding, or edging, or whatever the fuck, you know. So it's like a tarot. I enjoy this. This is the backs. Now, when you get like the different backs and you like looking at them, like they're not consistently the same color. I noticed that, but like, who gives a shit? Like, honestly, I don't give a shit. Anyway, but it's kind of hard to tell that because then it's like different variations of blue, and then it's whatever this is. I'm gonna say blue. Anyway, so there's 78 cards. No, 79 because they add one. I'll read it back. So in this exciting 79 card tarot deck of fully illustrated majors and thematic minors, so it's more like Marseille, Pipish kind of style, minors, you will find that structural and logical methods represent the answer to these questions and help readers to modify behaviors to best suit successful encounters with real life situations. Created by a student of C.G. Jung, a pathway to clear divination messages. Yeah, divination messages, meditation, and psychologic practices will resonate with readers everywhere. This is what the back looks like. It's a really nice box. Like, I actually really like it. I know how people like they throw the box away. I'm like, damn, how you do that? Because I could never. And it's just, I don't know, keeping it. It's really interesting because they have these designs around there. I feel like this is quite significant. It could be just artistic flair, but I feel like it I feel like there's something with that. There's a deck that I have. It's like a hexagonal shaped, six-sided shape deck. So it's not a circle, it's not rectangular, it's not square. But yeah, it reminds me of that because it has little like glyphs and stuff. So it looks like this. If you're somebody who hates borders, well, child, this is like not your deck because this has borders for days. Borders for days, and then like you couldn't even like really properly cut it unless you properly cut it to make a like rectangle, unless you cut off like part of the picture too. So yeah. So this is what it looks like. The majors look like this. So they have the name and then the number and parentheses. Is that parentheses? Yeah, I think so. So if you're into the Carl Jung and his work, then you probably would like this. If you're into diversity, sorry babe, it's not your deck either. I should probably do a video on this. I'm not the biggest like, it needs to be diverse. Like, I don't know. I kind of think that people are making diverse decks in general just for like profit and not really actually being diverse in like the content of the deck, right? There's a difference between like having a theme or something like this, and I was reading something about this, but not related to tarot. Like when something is just a theme or something is just like a trend or a gimmick or something like that, it's very easy to tell like the decks that actually care about diversity and the decks that are doing it kind of not necessarily out of obligation, although that could be one, but they know that like the public wants diversity, so they're going to give them diversity, and it's going to help them with their like profits. But if you're going to do a deck with diversity, honestly, diversity isn't just like body types and orientation and stuff like that. I kind of feel like it's also diverse perspectives on tarot and interpretations and things like that. Like, I don't really care about the Four of Wands having like two women or two men or someone in a wheelchair with someone who is, someone who's white in a wheelchair with someone who's black. Like, those aren't really. Like, it's diverse, but it's diverse in a very mundane way. Like, yeah, it's like very diverse in a mundane way, and it just comes off as like really gimmicky. So, but if you're looking for diversity as in like the characters themselves come from different backgrounds and look like different backgrounds, this isn't the deck for you. As far as might get censored for that one. As far as like where this is being placed, I do, because it is psychological in nature, I have been using it. For some reason, love readings wanted to come out, a little bit of earth gritting wanted to come out, and then it was like another topic that I was like, huh? Like the love one threw me for a loop because I was like, what the fuck? Love readings, but I did do a love reading on myself and I was like, oh, this is pretty accurate. Maybe I should not challenge myself anymore. So I decided to stop. But I'm still trying to figure out this deck. The other two, I kind of feel like they fell in a little bit more. This one, I think, requires a little bit more analysis. And so, yeah. It's not so much big energy, but it's dealing with patterns. It's dealing with a lot of patterns. It's dealing with, dreams, aspirations, your goals, and stuff like that. Not when you go to sleep dreams, but like when you aspire to. I kind of feel like it's like that as well. And so it's really, yeah. So you do get this where is it? You get this card, the white card, and so this card is the 79. And yeah. So this is the deck. It's pretty large. If you're somebody who needs to like riffle shuffle and all that shit, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do this. So don't try. So there's that. It comes with a hefty, nice, thick guidebook. So if you really want to explore this, like you can, because this person like actually put in like a whole like fucking book, and you get like a good page for this, like the majors, the minors. It'll also do upright and reversed and stuff like that. I'm not really into like reversals and shit, so I'm not big on that, but it does give explanations for like each card, and then it goes by like pages, and it'll talk about each one, and then go pages, queens, kings, knights, stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. Discover yourself, possess yourself. There's much more to that than pain. And so the back of the book it says, have you ever noticed that the world around us is just a decoration of consensus reality, and that the most interesting things are behind the scenes in our subconscious, where the true puppet masters reside? There's original tarot deck highlighting the practical insight of depth psychology, so if you're into that, then really look into this, which examines the unconscious, exploring dreams and archetypes, looks deeply at the self, shadow, heavenly fool, inner child, and other important aspects of humanity. I think if you're interested in that and you're ready to start that journey, this may be a deck for you to do. I know that there's the Jungian tarot. That's a pretty old one. I think it was made in like the 80s or something like that, maybe 90s. That's one that deals with like Carl Jung, like yeah. If you're interested in Jung and you're interested in that vein of thought, then yeah, go for it. That's another one. But I'm excited to see what this one is. I think this will really help. Okay, this is a moon deck. I've been looking for moon deck because I only have like two, and I actually have somebody who wants to do like moon reading. So yeah, this is gonna help her. And I think it's going to lend itself to moon in a larger way. I might get this one too, a second one of this one, and explore it on my own, so I don't interfere and fuck with the energy of this specific deck when I use it for other people. But yeah, these are really good, interesting decks that I've chosen. I know two of them are like pretty well known. The third one less so, but I'm really excited for what it can offer, and I think that it'll offer quite a lot. So those are my decks that I purchased thus far. There are a few more that are on my list to be purchased this month, just because I'm feeding for new decks and new energy and freshness, and there's just something about that is really going to help me, because it seems like I'm opening up to be reading for more people, and so I want more decks that are diverse, that people can choose from. And certain planets my decks are deficient in, like moon. There's only like 2 moon decks that I have, like very explicit moon decks. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I will see you in, I guess, the weekly video. Hopefully I remember to do it. If not, if so, I'll see you in that one. Bye.